This is Keith Boggs with Stonebriar Property Inspections, and this is the inspection debrief for 6013 Louisville Drive. I'm going to go ahead and review the pictures and the videos that I've taken. First picture you see here is a picture of the front of the house. The picture is just for the title page of the report. Nothing necessarily wrong. This is the approximate direction the house is facing. Also, all the pictures in this recording will not be in the report. The report will just contain the defects that you want to talk to the seller about. Some of these items are just for my use, but they will all be in this recording. But again, they will not be in the actual report. This is the temperature at the time of the inspection, so it's below 60 degrees, which means we cannot test the air conditioning as it could damage the compressor. This is one of the first things I noticed. This is some lifting flashing at the front of the structure. That just needs to be nailed in place there. We don't want any wind-driven rains getting up underneath there. That's where it's located, right there on the right side of the front garage gable. This is lifting shingles, loose shingles. This condition is present at several locations on the roof cover. The problem with this is that over time the shingles can become windblown, and failure of the roof cover could happen. This is also basically the same thing. Lifting shingles. These are actually the starter shingles. Some additional adhesive at these shingles will help prevent them from getting blown. This is a hole in a soffit board at the front of the structure. That needs to be. I actually saw a squirrel entering that, or a rodent entering that area into the roof structure when I was at the inspection. So that needs to be sealed. That's where it's located, right there. This is more shingles. This is at the main roof cover, and again the shingles are not sticking together. This is a 3-tab shingle. It's a builder grade shingle, and this condition is fairly common with this type of shingle. So if somebody can either get up there and spend a bunch of time finding the loose shingles, or possibly the sellers get it replaced under insurance. I'm not sure how they do that. I know of realtors that are able to get this done, get these roofs replaced. Not sure how they do it. You'd have to talk to a realtor, which I don't think you guys were working with one. So that's something you'll have to just discuss with the sellers. This is where I enter the roof cover here. This is a lot of the first defects I showed you were with the roofs. This is more of the same. So again, here starter shingles missing adhesive, or the adhesive's not sticking. Same thing at the main roof cover. This one's actually partially sticking, so that does show that some of the shingles are adhering, but a lot of them are not. So somebody, again, either need to replace the roof or get somebody up there to a good roofer to locate all the loose shingles and then add the additional adhesive. That's where that was located. That last shingle was lifting. Same thing here, more of the same. These are uncovered nail heads, or these are actually they've covered, but they're not completely covered. And so they're starting to rust. They'll eventually rust through, which could lead to a leak. So all the nail heads need to be evaluated, and additional adhesive needs to be added to them. That's where that's located. It's also present at other locations. Here's a good example. We got rusting heads. They're pretty well rusted. So you need to just cover them up with a sealant. That's where it's located. This is the skylight. This flashing here is starting to rust a little bit, so it looks like they replaced the skylight. Flashing did not get replaced, so best thing to do is just paint this with some paint to rust. First, you have to sand away the rust so the rust isn't present, and then paint the flashing to prevent from future rusting, prevent propagation of the rust. There's an example of the rust right there. Again, this is more. These actually nail heads never got covered up at all. This one got covered, but the sealant is gone, so they need to be covered up. That's where it's located. Guttering is full of debris, so this is something you want to have the sellers clean out all the guttering. This is I believe this is the video. This is the video of the roof, so I'm gonna go ahead and play. This is about 2.5 minutes long, just so you guys can get an idea of what the roof cover looks like from my perspective when I'm walking it. You can see some shingles right here, actually. Look like they're lifting. We're getting close here, about halfway through. Okay, that's the end of that video. This is a little short video of the water meter. This is just to verify that the low flow indicator is not moving. That's how we identify supply leaks. This is also in the future how you guys can identify supply leaks by looking at that. So I'm going to play this little short video. It was moving. I believe that somebody had flushed the toilet. It does stop here and it becomes stable here in just a second. I did look at it for a while, a couple minutes. Actually, I think I have a video later on about this. This is earlier in the inspection. I got another video. I'm pretty sure I remember that. We'll play that when we get to it. This is just the location of the water meter. That will be in the report that's required, that we tell you guys where it's at. This is the double check valve for the sprinkler system, and the handles are rusting away. You can see I've got a piece of it in my hand here, so they're cheap. It's something you can buy at Home Depot just to replace those. And that's the location of the double check. Window screens. There are a bunch of window screens that are missing. So the seller had, I'm not sure if there were any upstairs. I don't remember. I've done quite a few inspections since this inspection. But I think they were in the attic. But they need to replace all the screens and make sure they're not damaged. This is just the 4 on this side. But I think in this house they were all missing. This is some wood rot at that garden window, that bay window there. There's a bunch of wood that's rotting or delaminating, coming apart. So they need to go and replace that wood with a better quality wood, not just paint over it. These are all the different locations here and here. Same thing over here. They just used when they built the house, poor quality products there. This is heavy vegetation. This is a condition for termites, so that should be remediated. If you're doing a VA loan or FHA loan, they will not fund the loan with the conditions present. I guess this is more missing window screens. This is a corner compression crack. You've got a few of these. These are not structural. They're cosmetic, and they just need to be repaired. So you've got one there. You've got one there. And this is on the side of the house. So these 2 locations here and here. This again, more missing window screens. This is your water heater. It's a brand from White. It was a little bit blocked by the tool chest, but I was able to get in there and take a look at it. Manufacturer's label. This is my sticker showing that I did a termite inspection here. So if there any termites show up, you just call this phone number here in Dallas. They'll come out and treat it for free. Water heater is terminating into the garage and the garage floor. Now this was allowed when they built the house. Today it's not allowed. The reason I'm calling it out is it could cause damage to items in the garage. So you can either run this out along the floor here, out through the front of the garage, or just make sure you don't put anything on the floor there that could be damaged by moisture. The garage is very full, so you need to just consult with the sellers. You know, the inspector said the garage is full of stuff. Is there anything under this stuff or around this stuff that's hidden? And you can see it's very full. This is a test of the garage door opener. We've got 2 garage doors. I'll be playing the video for both of those. Pressure reverse test and then electronic eye test. It basically should hit that paint can that I put there and pretty quickly reverse and go back up, which it did. Then you'll see another one here with electronic eye test, and then the next door. That works fine. That's the next video of the next door. Test worked fine. This is pictures here just to remind me to tell you guys you need to lubricate the wheels and tracks. Just help the door operate better, or the garage operate better. Also the tracks. This is inside the panel box. I believe, I'm trying to go from memory, I believe that I got this picture because the max breaker on the condenser was a 40, and you've got a 45 in the panel box that needs to be switched out. This is the south air handler furnace. That's when it was installed. This is a little video of the inside of the burner compartment. Looking for nice blue flames inside of there. Looks good, good combustion. Filter is clean. This is the heating. The furnace was blowing up hot. It was operating properly. Oops, went too far. This is insulation at the skylight that has fallen loose down here. That needs to be put back in place. I think there was 2 locations of that. This is a mechanical vent venting into the attic. That was allowed when the house was built, not allowed today. This is the next unit here. Oh, this is just another some more insulation missing from the skylight. Same date as the other air handler, and then this is the video of the burner compartment. Nice blue flames, looks good. Filter is fine. This is the heat blowing off of that furnace, and it was fine. This is a corner pop. This is what the compression cracks can become. Again, it's not it's cosmetic, it's not structurally significant. That's where it's located. These are your 2 condensers. Again, we couldn't check them because it was too cold. This is the manufacturer's label of one of them, and then the next one is the one. I think this is the wrong one. Let's see. Yeah, 40. The max breaker is 40, I believe. Can't see on this picture. Oh no, actually the problem was with the other condenser. It was the max breaker of 20, and they've got a 30 here. So that breaker needs to be switched out, not the 45. This is a parge coat that's broken loose at the rear. This is helping support this veneer. That parge coat needs to be reinstalled to help support that veneer right there. This is the water pressure of the house. The range is 40 to 80. It's a little bit above 70, which is fine for this size house. This is a vent hood for the fresh air intake for the fireplace. That needs to be replaced. That's where it's located. This is showing some structural movements. This is at the front archway on both sides. Again, not structurally significant. They can repoint it, but I generally advise against that. If the mortar guy is not a good mortar guy, then it's a different color and it looks worse. And that's just on the right and left side. This is showing some cracking inside the structure. There's several spots where there's cracking at the ceilings. Again, that's for a house of this age. That's very normal. Nothing that's structurally significant. All the movement that I saw to me seemed very, very insignificant and kind of standard. Now, if you guys are concerned about the foundation, you still have the option to hire a structural engineer and have them evaluated. They're normally $600 to $800 to do that, but that would be up to you. That's just the location of that crack. This is the door going from the. Actually, I don't remember what that is. I'll have to refer to the report for that. This is some nail pops in the master bedroom. They're not structural. These are failed windows in the master. You get 2 failed windows there. This is caulking needed at the master tub. Right there. And then in the master shower, the valve is very hard to operate, so that valve needs to be replaced, or if they can adjust it, have a plumber adjust it. Probably needs to be replaced. This is another crack in the ceiling. Again, it's generally typical kind of stuff you would see in a house of this age in North Texas. That's where it's located. Actually, there's 2 cracks there right by each other. Again, same thing. These are 2 failed windows in the one of the kids' bedrooms there. Some more nail pops. Again, not structurally significant. That's where they're located. And then we got more failed windows in the main living room. That window's failed. This is the bathroom. Caulking needed in the bathroom. This is the guest bathroom, I believe. Yep, the guest bathroom, caulking needed there. Got 2 more failed windows. And another 2 failed windows here. These are both at the back of the structure. This window is actually cracked. This is the main living room. So that needs to be replaced, and of course that would be failed also. So there's 2 windows are failed. This is just cosmetic. It just somebody did not prime the wood before they painted it, so the paint's just peeling off. It's not mold or anything. That's where it's located. And then the 2 center windows there are failed, and the 2 right side windows are failed. This is in the dining room area, or the breakfast nook area, and you got 2 failed windows on the left, and then 2 failed windows on the bottom right. This is your dishwasher. This is showing the dishwasher heating. It did heat properly. This is under the sink. The sink was filled with water and then drained while I ran the disposal. Looked for leaks. No leaks were present. This is me just taking readings of the cooktop, showing that all 4 burners do work. This is your oven. Well, at first I thought there was a problem with it. It ended up the microwave actually ended up working fine. There's not a problem with the microwave. Then this is the oven. It was heated to 350 and it heated to right around 350. This is me testing a microwave. Microwave did work. This is in the front. I think it's the dining room area. And I believe that's bottom. I can't see my finger. Look at the bottom left window. Looks like it's the failed one. That's showing actually all 3 windows are failed, top and bottom. And that's the last thing. If you have any additional questions, just give me a call or email or text me. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the new house.